What up, YouTube? Hey, I got some crazy shit. I don't even know who it is, you feel me? But title said he switched gang and got stabbed 43 times because of it. Some crazy shit by Anna Sauls. I don't know who it is, but we finna find out, you know what I'm saying? Some crazy shit. Hey, and another thing, before I hop in this vid, I've been thinking about reacting to rappers who passed away too, you feel me? Get some of them, you feel me? I don't know, yeah, I'm thinking. Nah, I just wanted to say that real quick. That being said, drink your water. You feel me? Let's get right into this. Damn! Yeah, I always do that. I'm sorry. I stay doing that. It's like, I always do that. Who big ass car is that now? No, anyway, we finna jump right into it.
CCTV footage shows moments before 15-year-old Keelan Wilson was brutally hacked to death by some masked men. His murder. This chilling CCTV footage shows moments before 15-year-old Keelan Wilson was
15, y'all. She ain't even say bro age, but bro 15, bro a teenager, bro a little baby. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's sad these motherfuckers, like, life is crazy, you know?
brutally hacked to death by some masked men. His murder was so vicious that an officer said that he had never seen such horrific injuries in his 6 years in service. A witness who saw the entire horrific attack described it as similar to piranhas feeding. But who is behind this gruesome murder and why did they do it? Let's look at 9th, 2018 at around 11 p.m. Police were alerted to a group of boys fighting at Langley Road near Keelan's home. When they arrived, they found Keelan bleeding out on the ground with multiple knife wounds. He was immediately rushed to the hospital where the doctors tried everything they could to save his life, but sadly, it was no use. Keelan was pronounced dead at around midnight. Keelan's murder shook the entire community of Wolverhampton as they struggled to understand why anyone would want to hurt such a nice and kind boy. His family was especially devastated and called for justice to be done for their son.
Maybe that would help with the noise, man. I'm playing the video. Too many fucking planes. Like, yeah, that shit gets annoying, dude. Long ass period when I'm looking for a video, silence. The minute I hit record, hella planes want to fly over the fucking house. Like, come on, man. Damn. It's like I said, though, man.
He's just 15 years old.
15.
He's still a baby.
And for all the young ones out there, 15 is a baby. When you're a teenager, you're a fucking baby. You're a baby, dude. Y'all don't want to, y'all think that's disrespectful? It's not. Y'all kids. Y'all need to enjoy your childhood. All these guns and shit y'all be trying to play with, bro, just leave them things alone.
Deserves anything like this to happen to them. Keelan was a really clever boy. He left school, his primary school with all level 5 stats. He had a bright future ahead of him. Everybody's just completely devastated. I just didn't really think this would happen to my son.
A murder investigation was immediately launched as the police tried to figure out what had happened, but the investigation would not be that easy.
15-year-old boy died following a stabbing in Wolverhampton. The young victim has now been named as Keelan Wilson. Police were called to Langley Road, Merry Hill, just after 11 p.m. following violence between a group of youths. The teenager was taken to hospital with serious injuries, but was confirmed dead a short time later. Parts of Langley Road and surrounding routes, including Strathfield Walk, remain cordoned off today while investigations are carried out.
All investigators knew at that time was that Keelan and a friend were sitting inside a cab when they were attacked by a group of masked the crime scene at around 11:03 p.m., but it was too dark and the video was very low quality.
Yeah, we're ongoing investigation now. Obviously, it's been going on for some time, since May 2018. It's been a difficult, long, complex investigation. Obviously, it was a little bit tricky because the actual incident itself took place in the hours of darkness. So some of the CCTV we've got around the actual offence itself was sort of grainy, couldn't make out facial imagery or anything like that at all. We did have some better CCTV in relation to some other disorders from earlier on in the day in the town centre, where we could see clothing and that sort of thing, but ultimately the investigation wasn't able to prove who was involved in those disorders.
Police had arrested several teens as a part of the investigation, but they were all released without any charges being brought up against them. After a year had gone by without any progress on the case, Keelan's mom, Kelly Ellitz, began getting desperate and feeling like the police were not taking her son's death seriously.
If people can come forward, obviously West Midlands Police need all the help that they can get. Anything that, no matter how small it is, to just speak to the police.
In November 2019, a year and a half after the gruesome murder, police announced that they had arrested 3 men in connection to the crime. These men included 18-year-old Tyreek King, Zanae Pennant Phillips, and Nahimi Tampo. Police would then go on to arrest another man by the name of Brian Sasa, who was 19 years old at the time. Interestingly, none of these 4 had been on the police's radar before this brutal slaying, and they all denied having anything to do with Keelan's murder. But the horrifying truth of what really happened would soon be unveiled. All 4 suspects were charged at Wolverhampton Crown Court in May 2020, 2 years after Keelan's death. The prosecution said that there was evidence to suggest...
Damn, how many times do I gotta hit pause? We gonna rewind that shit.
Soon be unveiled.
I am not gonna lie.
Were charged at Wolverhampton.
I'm seeing all these images of Wolverhampton. That place look nice as fuck. I ain't gonna lie, that place looking pretty nice. I ain't shit I usually see it compared to Wolverhampton. Shit, that shit looks nice. I just wanted to say that real quick.
2 years after Keelan's death. The prosecution said that there was evidence to suggest that this was a gang-related crime, and Keelan, despite his young age, had become embroiled in gang culture by 2018. Apparently, Keelan had been a member of the Wolverhampton gang called the V3 before he reportedly switched sides to a rival gang called V2. The prosecution...
Hey, that's another... Y'all notice with these gangs, they always be having similar names and shit. One be named V3, the other's gonna be named V2. Like, what the fuck? What type of shit is that?
Believed that the
fucking Baton Rouge, top boy gorilla, bottom boy gorilla. Like, what in the fuck? That's weird.
Defendants who were members of the V3 gang had...
Hold on, what the fuck is this? Why is that?
As
I'm gonna get pissed off this computer.
Sides. The court heard that on the day Keelan was murdered, a leading member of the V3 gang had been released from prison, which, according to the prosecution, was not a coincidence. The group had reportedly gathered in a house before leaving together in a cab to an area in Wolverhampton where they expected Keelan to be, and jointly assaulted him. The prosecution used fingerprints and DNA evidence, CCTV footage, phone records, and witness accounts to make their case against the killers. One of the witnesses was actually Keelan's dad, Gary Wilson, who told the jury that one of the suspects, Nahimi Tampo, who had actually been Keelan's friend, but the two fell out. Gary said that Nahimi had apparently sent Keelan some threatening text messages in early 2018.
Damn.
They were unpleasant. There was only one text in particular that referred to his mom. She had a newborn son. It was something about going down to his house and mentioned his granddad and brother. Keelan showed me and he was not happy about it. It said they were going to go into the house and do stuff to his granddad and brother.
That man Keelan was scared. But it's like, that's the thing though, man. You playing, like I said, they be seeing these rappers and shit. These motherfuckers throwing up all these different signs and sets and shit. This motherfucker playing. He playing gangbanger. He wasn't a real gangbanger. This man playing gangbanger. Like I said, dude, there's politics to certain shit. You can't just say one thing 1 minute and then you're fucking throwing the next thing the next minute. You can't do that, bro. There's gonna be repercussions and consequences for certain actions that you're doing, dude. Like they saying he was so smart. He was going to this school. He wanted to be this. He wanted to go to that university. They saying all that shit about him, but then he wants to play game maker, bro. And it's sad. It's sad, dude. It's really sad, bro. Like I said, kids don't know how to just fucking go to school, fuck with bitches. You know what I'm saying? Stay out the way.
The jury about a chilling incident that happened in February 2018. He and Keelan were driving around the neighborhood in his van when they came across Nahimi. Keelan got out of the car to talk to him, but the two got in a huge confrontation that resulted in Nahimi pulling an axe from his bag. He was just saying to Keelan to come around the corner. Nahimi had a JD bag around his shoulder. He kept pulling it off and saying, "Come around the corner," to Keelan. He took whatever he had out in his bag. I could see what was in the bag. It was an axe. When he took the axe out of the bag, I jumped on him. We went to the ground and the axe fell to the floor. I can't remember what he did, but I grabbed the axe and took it to my van. This account was, however, challenged by...
So his dad knew the type of shit his son was going through, bro. And the dad, bro... You seen the nigga want to kill your son, and you seen the messages the dude was sending to your son. Bro should have got taken care of. Honestly, bro. Clearly, your son is scared for his life. He showed you the messages, and dude ain't. To me, I think the dad failed as a father to really protect his son, because he knew the shit that was going on.
On May 29th, 2018, the jury heard that there had been several violent clashes around the city that led up to Keelan's murder. The first clash happened at around 3:30 p.m. at a barber shop in the city center, where suspected B3 gang members attacked one of Keelan's friends. The violence spilled out into the streets where CCTV cameras captured masked youths brandishing machetes in broad daylight. Keelan was not initially at the scene, but he was dropped off a short while later at a nearby street to go check on his friend. This CCTV footage shows him walking to his friend's house before two men suddenly appear out of nowhere and started chasing him. One of the men even fired a shot at him, but luckily he missed and Keelan was able to get away unscathed. But things were not over yet. Later, at around 11 p.m., Keelan was reportedly driving with a friend along Langley Road when their car broke down. They tried to fix themselves, but they couldn't, so they asked someone to call a cab for them. As the cab was pulling up, a witness testified that four masked youths came out of nowhere and started walking towards Keelan, calling his name. At first, the witness said that she didn't think much of it and thought that they were friends. But then, one of the youths shouted Keelan's name in a way that sounded much like a whooping war cry that's intended to get someone's attention. The masked youths then pulled out some machetes and other weapons, and they started running towards Keelan. By this time, Keelan and his friend had gotten inside the cab, probably hoping that they would be safe there, but they weren't. The deranged killers reportedly struck the cab to stop it from moving, and then yanked open the back door and dragged Keelan out.
Wow, damn. And bro was with his homie too, bro. Dude. Okay, so he got dropped off to check on his friend who just got stabbed up. Listen, whoever dropped him off is a dumbass. You know motherfuckers is after your kid. And who's to say that it wasn't one of his boys that dropped him off? Even if it was his boy, you know the type of danger this dude is in. And you fucking dropped him off. Oh, man. And all he had was a piece of shit car. This man was in a... Because his car fucking broke down. Like, oh, man, it's all type of shit.